one of our advanced strategies. This is simply basically when you have a store and you have a collection, let's say you have a collection of deer jewelry, right, and you want to showcase it to deer lovers, then you'll be able to do a collection ad basically showcasing one product and then showing that you have many other products down below, right? Showcasing one product or showcasing one image, main image, and then having a list of products where they can click on it and actually go through within Facebook without ever leaving Facebook and look at the products and look at the prices and possibly even check out from Facebook or just click onto your store so they can buy. So these are some of the main ones, but we're going to start out with an image. Now, going back to what would that image look like? Well, it's up to you what image you showcase, right? But going back to Shopify, the product page, if I was to click on this one, I like this image, right? It's a basic image that shows the leggings. If we look at another one, I like this one also, right? A very good picture of the leggings, right? You can see that it has the deer brand there. So people that are deer lovers are going to like it. They have little deers in the design as well here, all throughout the leggings. So deer lovers will love it. So sometimes we want to show maybe more than one picture in an ad just to capture somebody's attention. So we're gonna do an ad based on this product. But to do an ad, you don't have to be a graphic designer. You really don't. I'm not a graphic designer, but I learned how to use a tool called Canva, canva.com. And you guys can write that down, canva.com. You can actually use a free version, right? There's a paid version that gives you more features, but you don't need those features right away to get started. You can simply go to canva.com and create an account and start using it. And I'll show you guys how to use that. So what I want to do is come here and click on one of these images, and I'm just going to save the image. It's already in my store. I'm going to come here and create a folder. I'm going to call it deer leggings. I'll put the date today. And I'm going to save a couple pictures that I might be able to use for an ad here. So I'm going to just save that one there. Let's see. I also like this one. So I'll save it there as well. Also like this one. So I'm going to save all four because I want to see which ones are going to fit better for the ad. And I'll talk to you guys about that. But these are all great photos of the product. Perfect. All right. So standard dimensions, as you guys can see on the Facebook business guidelines, the image ratio, especially when you have a link here, is 16 by is a 9 to 16 or 16 by 9, right? Without a link, it's 9 to 16 or 16 to 9 ratio. With a link, it's cropped to a 1.91 to 1, right? Or recommended resolution of at least 1200 by 628. We're going to start off with a product image that does not have a link on the post, but it does have a link on the top section. So we're going to start off with an image that fits within this ratio. One of the dimensions that I like to use that I learned about last year at some point, and it worked very well to generate sales, was a 1200 by 1650 pixel image. So what you can do on Canva, once you're logged in, you're going to come here to the upper right corner, click on Use Custom Dimensions, and you're going to type in 1200. You're going to type in 1650 design. It's going to open up a page with a Canva with those dimensions that you've selected. Right, so you can see it's a little longer, right? It doesn't necessarily look like this image. This is a shorter image. The dimensions for this one here is 1200 by 628. Ours is 1200 by 1650. That means that you have a lot more space when somebody's scrolling through Facebook to grab their attention. That's what it means. So that's why I like to use it. Now, on the left-hand corner here, you can click on Upload Images. You can click on the 4 images that we're going to have. And they're going to start uploading here. I think I was doing something for a nonprofit here. So you can see some of the other images there. But this Canva account, specifically for what we're going to be using, is going to have these product images, right? These product images. And we want to see how to lay them out in order to grab somebody's attention. So there's no exact science on how to do this right. And that's one of the beautiful things about Facebook advertising, is that you have the ability to test, meaning you don't only have to do one ad per product. You can do multiple and test which one is going to have a better engagement. So if I also click on something like this, and it does look like these images are kind of small, right? So the resolution might not be there. But if I was to do something like that, where I have the entire image on, and that's important, right? So you want to have product images that have higher resolution, so they look good when you're doing the advertising. This one, even though I've made bigger, it doesn't look that bad. So I'm going to run with this one and just see how people respond to it. And then aside from this, maybe I'll do something like this in the corner, right? So I want to show them that they have the ability they have a different product. So we want to get creative here, right? So I don't want it to look too weird, but at the same time, I wanted to see that there's another style of product. And there's multiple strategies with this, right? So you can have just one image. You can have one image that has multiple products. As a matter of fact, check this out. If we delete that and delete this, and I come over here to layouts, Canva has layouts to help you lay out the images within a product. So I'm going to do something like this. This one here, I like. It gives me one bigger picture at the top and 2 smaller pictures at the bottom. So I can come here to my uploads and say, I want this one to be my bigger picture. I'm going to do it up to like right there. But then I want to have this one and this one to be my other 2 pictures. Just trying to think how that looks. Maybe I try this one, right? So there's no right or wrong. You want to be able to have some flexibility, right? At the end of the day, what we can do here is we're trying to showcase the product so that it looks good. One thing you can do is you can click on an image, you can come over here to filter, and under contrast, this is a magic trick, right? On images, if you increase the contrast of an image, it's going to pop more online. So I can click on this one, come to filter, increase the contrast, and now it looks brighter, it looks darker, it looks nicer. Do the same thing for this one. Right, it's there. Let's make sure this one I did. There we go. Right. Not too much, so it doesn't look all distorted, but it just makes them pop a little more, right? Makes them pop. And I'm not sure, maybe I'll move this one a little higher. People can tell what it is. All right, so you got to play with it. What looks better? What looks best? There's no right and wrong, right? You want to test different ones, but I like this layout. I like this layout. The only other thing I'm going to do, and again, there's different strategies and different approaches to this, but I want to try this out. And if it doesn't work, we'll try something different. And I'll show you guys why we're going to try 2 different approaches to this. It's because we want to see which one's going to convert. So it's under text here. You can scroll down and there's some pretty cool text layouts and text styles for different things. They give you a whole bunch of different things. And I'm going to try something like this. I'm going to put something here like that. Too big there, right? But if I can make it smaller, and if I can change the color, and that's a little too dark or red, I want a little brighter red or brighter green. Red. Cell, when you think of cells, you think of red. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to make it a little brighter, right? And then I'm going to come here and I'm going to choose a text style that's a little bolder. And I'm going to say sale. And then I'm going to make this text bigger. Right there, right? Something like that, right? It's not, again, no exact science, but that little red tag, I think, might just catch somebody's attention. It doesn't take away from the images that we've added, so I like it. So I'm going to click on, so I think this image is good to create a post, right? This is good to start advertising. And again, this is not going to be our only ad. Again, so if we take a step back, we're trying to showcase a product that we think our audience is going to like. And yes, you can do some research and figure out, you can go to Amazon.com and eBay and Wish and other stores and other platforms and see what's selling and see what's popular. And I highly recommend that you do that. But this particular store has had great traction with leggings, and the deer lovers love these leggings. So what I want to do is show you what it would look like when you show a product that people like to an audience that is engaged in that particular niche. And that's the goal with this product. When you select a product, you got to think about this. And I just had a conversation with a friend about this just literally about 2-3 nights ago. Is you don't want to advertise a product that's not unique or that is not engaging. If they see the product and they think, oh yeah, I can get that anywhere, or I can walk over to a PetSmart or Walmart or Target or Kohl's or a Macy's, and I can walk in and get it for a great deal, then they're not going to see a lot of value in clicking or engaging with the product. Now, deer leggings, very hard to find, right? You have to go to a niche type store somewhere in the country to try to find something like this. You can't walk into any store and find these, especially if you love deer, something like this. If you're a woman and love deer and you like leggings, that's a triple whammy, right? This is something that they're gonna love. So that's the thought process behind it. You want to select a product that is going to be unique. It's going to be something that they can't get anywhere. It's going to be a product that you would like, and that you would buy. And at least if you wouldn't buy it, you know that certain niche or group of people that you're targeting would. And then you want to put it out there in the best way possible, right? So if I was doing an image ad like this one, this is how I would lay it out, right? I would try some with no sale here and see if that gives me a better result. I would try another one just with a single image instead of 3, right? But I like this, right? It catches your attention, at least it does to me. So I'm going to try that out. So I'm going to click on download. I want to download it as a PNG file, which is recommended. So you just got to hold tight. All right, so here, what we're going to do is just going to say 1200 by 1650 deer leggings. Not sure if that's spelled that right. Add. All right, that's all I'm going to say. I'm going to save it. So now we have our ad. We have our image. Now let's go back to Facebook. All right, so we talked about the marketing objective is the campaign. The campaign objective to begin with, what we recommend for it to be conversion. And we'll talk about that more specifically about what to track within a conversion campaign. Here, I'm going to do 2 things. So that next time we're talking about this, you can tell when we did this, right? Today is the 3/29, so March 29th. This is the deer leggings, and I'm doing a conversion campaign. Leggings. Yep, I've been spelling it wrong. Leggings with a G. Okay, so deer leggings. That's the name of the campaign. So I'm going to hit continue. While that's loading, let me see. I know Domingo's answering questions. I know that there's a lot of questions always coming up. Yep. Domingo's answering so many questions, just like I have in the previous weeks. So it's so amazing that you guys are asking all these questions. And Domingo's trying to answer as many as he can. So That's awesome. So I know Domingo will chime in if he feels like something else needs to be covered